Alex, Bankers Investment Trust. Can I start by asking you, what does the trust do? In other words, what's its objective?
Well, we're investors in global equities, so the objective is quite clear. It's to grow the income, the dividends we pay to shareholders, and to grow the capital, the investments that we manage for them. And we invest in companies large, small, medium, but essentially in markets all over the world.
And how do you go about achieving the objective? In other words, what's your investment style?
Well, the trust is an income and growth trust. Those are its key objectives. So we try and buy stocks that follow that objective. So we're looking for companies that have consistently grown their dividends over time. We therefore look at cash flow as the prime objective there. The companies that are growing the free cash flow on their operating balance sheet will grow dividends over time. And it also gives management the choice to make acquisitions or deleverage as well. So we're looking at that cash flow growth, and we're looking not to overpay for it as well. So we're a value-based trust. We try and look at the valuations of share prices and make sure we're getting a reasonable price for the growth in the stocks that we own.
And you mentioned that it's obviously a global trust, but are there any places you can't invest, or any limits or restrictions on what you can do?
Essentially, no. We can invest in all markets around the world. We're essentially only equity investors, so that's what we're looking rather than fixed interest. We have sort of self-imposed limits in terms of the income we're trying to get and currencies that we're investing in. Again, there's a lot of risk in terms of that. So we look at trying to balance those risks with safer investments in different countries, but we have a free hand around the world.
I mean, Bankers is a fairly long-term investment vehicle. It's been around for 125 plus years. It has a 47-year dividend record. Is that reflective in your stock holding? I mean, do you hold stocks for a long time?
Yeah, we look to find good companies and grow with them. And so the average holding period is something like 4 or 5 years within the trust. And actually, there are stocks like HSBC that we've owned for that 125 years, believe it or not. So some companies we stick with, some they appreciate and we get to a fair price and we sell them. So we're looking to be active without a doubt, but we're looking to manage also the costs of running the trust. So the management fee is 45 basis points, and we have the second lowest ongoing charges in the global growth sector. So very important to manage the costs and manage the consistency that the portfolio delivers.
And finally, this is a team approach, isn't it? It's not just you, there's a whole team behind you.
Yes, my job is to interact with the board and to drive the asset allocation, so which markets we invest in. I also pick the UK stocks, but there are 5 other managers within Henderson picking stocks in different markets. They're experts in those markets, so I feel we get more depth and more quality in terms of the stocks they're likely to pick within those sleeves. And again, we can therefore have more consistency. We're all trying to do the same thing. We've got more control over where the assets are invested by sector and by stock.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.